sometimes it's better not to rehash. Sometimes it's better not to rehash stuff if it's that dark.
Right. You could just move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, while you were away conquering Europe, now, now you're back, you have your new US dates. But when you were in Europe, Andy Cohen had a big thing at the Boom Boom Room, 15 years of Watch What Happens Live. You've been on Watch What Happens Live more times than I can even count. Like, do you have a top memory of just being on Watch What Happens with Andy?
Probably when we surprised Jennifer Lawrence for her birthday. That was amazing. Because, I had no idea as to how much of a big fan that she is of the show.
Are you ever shocked that there's a lot of Jennifer Lawrences like that? There are so many superstars like Tilda Swinton's coming to see you that people are just such Housewives fanatics. So many people like Rihanna knows everything that's going
I
on
know.
Bravo.
Yeah, it's Cardi B. I mean, the list goes on. It's just Emma Roberts did a video of Eggs a la Française.
I saw that.
The girl from Bridgerton just did a whole thing where she was kind of, if she had to work with somebody on a song, she wanted to work with me, and something along the lines of jets and gems and shoes and more shoes. It's very funny.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
I'm always surprised by, the A-listers that are really super fans.
they
Chrissy
really are.
Teigen is another one. John Legend, it's crazy.
It just goes, it does not end, right?
Yeah, and they loved Crappy Lake too.
Crappy Lake was great. I'm still over here waiting for season 2. I'm like ready, Luann.
Me too.
Well, everyone celebrated Andy. I mean, it's amazing. Like any show that lasts for even 5 years these days is so hard. New York Housewives, all the housewives. I don't know if you saw this. There was that New York Magazine article that Andy was so celebrated, and there was a anonymous New York housewife that spoke out against Andy. Andy just said, "I know exactly who it is. It's Carole." Carole just came back at Andy. I mean, for someone who doesn't say, I don't want to come for Carole, but for someone who doesn't want to talk about housewives, she's kind of in the mix a lot these days.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really follow what Carol's doing. But yeah, for somebody that doesn't care about the show anymore, she seems to pretty much care.
And it's like, don't come for our Andy, right?
Exactly.
Well, listen, does she get like at least one little inch of a nod? I mean, she did technically, in a roundabout way, inspire your mega hit Girl Code.
Well, I would say it was more Heather that inspired that.
We have
She
to
was the one
say,
that really, she was the one that was really more vocal.
that's true. We have to give a nod to Heather.
Yeah, Carole was just kind of standing around.
This is true. When you and I saw you, we both live in Sag Harbor. I went out on your boat one day. I posted these pictures. I have to tell you, my DMs were flooded with people saying like, oh my God, how is Luann in this great of shape? I'm sure you've heard this before. I just saw your interview in Bustle magazine, but I don't think I've ever asked you, like, how do you stay in such great shape?
Well, I go boating a lot. And, I play tennis, and I'm just very active. I work out, if I'm lucky, a couple times a week. And, and I just eat healthy, and I'm happy-go-lucky. So, and luckily I have good genes. My mother's 95 and she looks amazing. So I think all of that put together, really, really does help. And, I feel good, and I'm living my best life in my 50s. And I think it shows, and I think people can pick up on that.
Yeah, your mother, every time you post a picture of her for being 95 is just
Yeah,
so youthful. It's like,
yeah.
that's like Cher's mother too. Cher's mother was very youthful, and I think she was 99 or something. It was
Wow.
crazy. So
Wow.
it's good
Yeah.
genes. And well, you mentioned in the beginning of this chat dating. Like, what is up, Luann? Is there anyone special in your life?
I'm dating right now. I'm having fun. I love men, and I had a dry spell, but this year I'm manifesting love. So I can tell you, by the time the year is out, hopefully I will have somebody that I can introduce to my kids.
Would you ever get married again? Like, and if so, do you want like a big wedding?
No. If I did get married again, like I sing in Mary F. Kill in the song, 3 times the charm. So catch me if you can. So it's I'm definitely manifested this show, write the music, and love is something I'm manifesting now. 3 times the charm. I mean, 3 times the charm of falling in love, not necessarily getting married again.
That makes sense. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to manifest that before the end of the year, but like, what are you looking for? Like, what do you want in the next guy that you're, as you manifest love?
Well, tall with a full head of hair and a big peepee. Private plane.
These are all good things. Listen, I know you've been tied to, like, you had your interest on Captain Jason. There was all these rumors about you
No,
and Joe.
he had interest on me, darling. Let's turn this around.
Okay, let's get this straight, David. He had interest on you, but it doesn't seem like he's in the picture today.
No, because he lives down under.
He lives down under, and then there was all these rumors, how this gets started with you and Jill Bradley from Southern Hospitality. But I don't know if you know this, you've been so busy on this tour. There's this gentleman, you say you want tall, Jesse Solomon. I don't know if you're aware of Jesse Solomon, who is in Summer House. He's about to come back for his second season. Now, listen, I don't want to get involved in your love life, but you're here in the Hamptons. They filmed Summer House in the Hamptons. He's 6'5", 31, a nice
Okay, little
guy.
young,
A little young, but a nice gentleman. I'm thinking maybe I should fix you up with Jesse Solomon from Summer House.
Well, why not? Maybe we could go have a, meet for drinks or something.
Keep it local in the Hamptons, right?
Exactly.
He'll have to come on tour with you though, because you're so busy with the tour.
Yeah. Listen,
yeah, go on.
I wouldn't mind having somebody to go around on tour with.
I'm gonna think of who I know. I mean, how many straight guys do I know, Luann? I'm not so sure.
I don't know, David.
I don't know. The Golden Bachelorette is already taken for this season. They say they asked Susan Lucci, maybe I've asked you last time you were here. I'm thinking you after this season, I think you, if you don't have someone by then.
Why not? I mean, let's let the network pay me and find me a guy.
Or like Bravo can just give you a dating show.
Yeah, there you go.
As we wrap up, and then I want to share these dates with everyone again, one of the top questions I got for you, well, a lot of top questions, as I told people I was going to sit down with you, is, they're filming the new season of RHONY. Do you know we're adding friend of Rebecca Minkoff? Do you know anything about Rebecca Minkoff? I know you've met a lot of the other girls. Do you know Rebecca from your time in New York?
You know what? I don't. I really don't. But I heard that she was on the show this season, so let's see how they do.
Let's see how they do. I don't know her either. So, I mean, but listen, everyone needs to, the next date for you is June 20th in Glensdale, Pennsylvania at the Keswick Theater. And then you are going to have this drag brunch, which, I mean, you've hosted many a drag brunch, so everyone should come out to that. You're doing the festival in Brooklyn. And then really July and August, you are out there, Baltimore and Virginia, and I'll share the dates with everyone.
Okay, awesome.
It's a pleasure, as always, to talk to you. I love you dearly. I've been to all your shows. So anyone who's listening, go to see Luann because it's such a good time and it's such a good night out. So I really appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks, David. I'll see you later.